Hello, it is Penny here, and today I'm going to be going through my 2020 reading goals and seeing whether I achieved them. To be honest, I think I did like a mid-year check-in, and then sometime soon after that, probably around when I got my new job, I forgot what they were, I forgot to track them, I forgot to try to achieve them. So I have no idea how I've done with them. So I thought I'd just watch my original 2020 reading goals video with you and we'll see how I did together. And also try and see if we can maybe learn something as we go about setting better goals, like more meaningful and achievable goals, as well as how I might keep on top of them throughout the year rather than forgetting about it halfway. So I've got my earphones to put on. Let us see how I did.
So reading goal number 1 is the classic, how many books do I want to read this year? And I've decided to...
Also, I just want to comment and say I'm really impressed with this video. I filmed every goal in a different place because I was trying to be creative, and like mostly I'm too lazy to do that now, but maybe I will try to be inspired by past me. Anyway, what was the goal?
Set this at 100 books, which should be completely achievable for me.
So I read 168 books. 100 books is actually pretty easy for me because I tend to read at least one audiobook a week as well as one physical book. That's 100 books. Easy. So that's one goal done.
Me last year I did read 250, but I think I'll be reading less this year.
I did read less than last year, but still plenty. In fact, I actually need to read less. I think that's a goal later on.
Then goal number 2 is to have less books on my physical TBR shelves. So at the start of the year I counted and there were 73 books on this section.
Okay, 73 books in the past, and now, like, I moved my books. I don't have my TBR on my shelves anymore. I have it in a TBR cart. Oh, but you know what? It's a little bit messy, so it's not as easy to count. And back then I used to also keep track of it on Goodreads, but I haven't been good at keeping that up to date either. However, on the cart right now we have 20 books, but I also know I have some other books because I took off the ones that are parts of series that I can't start yet because I need to read other books first. And I mean, even if there's another 20 of those, which I don't think it's quite that many, it's maybe another 10. So that's like 30 books. So that definitely came down. I did unhaul a bunch of books to do this, and I still read quite a few books off my TBR, and I didn't acquire too many books. I really should have kept track of the numbers better. That's something I think I can do better in 2021.
And I think I would count this a success if I could get it under 35.
Now, oh, that was the goal. Under 35, yeah, I think I did that. Success.
I have been thinking about my reading so far in the month of January, and I actually think I'm going to set a stretch goal to get this down to 0.
Yeah, I was trying for TBR 0 and I'm still trying for it. In fact, that I think will be my goal in 2021, and like it should be achievable, right? Like if I had 75 and now I've got under 35 this year, we could get to 0. It was definitely a stretch goal to think I could do that in 2020, but 2021, not so much of a stretch.
For goal number 3, I really want to get back on top of the series that I have in progress. I did a really great job of this in 2018. I got the list right down, but then 2019 I kind of lost track of things again, and I did a video at the end of the year going through all the series that I have in progress, and it was a lot, like 40 series. So I think I want to get that down to more like 20. Actually, I'd really like to just get it down to 0, like my physical TBR shelves, but I think that is not at all.
So I'm pretty sure that I have my Goodreads list for this up to date. So series in progress, what did I say I wanted? Under 40. Yeah, I gotta go back. I don't listen to myself. I lost it.
Like 40 series. So I think I want to get that down to more like 20.
20 series in progress. Series in progress at the moment is 15. Huzzah! I succeeded that goal too. Are there more goals, like sub-goals as part of this? I think there might be. A partial win. Let's see what else I talked about.
Actually, I'd really like to just get it down to 0, like my physical TBR shelves, but I think that is not at all achievable. And while I like ambitious goals, I think it's also important for them to be somewhat realistic. So we're going to go for 20 series in progress, and hopefully I can at least achieve that. For my 4th...
Do you know, I think actually I have totally failed at this because my series in progress list on Goodreads is 15, but I also have another list which is like complete series in progress. So this is series that I'm reading, but the series is already finished. Like the other ones are ones where the series isn't finished. Is this making sense? Anyway, there's 2 categories for series in progress, and the other shelf has 22. So let's do maths. That is 37 series in progress at the moment. So I got it down by 3. I mean, at least it's going down. Okay, scratch it. We've only achieved 1 goal so far, but still, I made progress.
For my 4th reading goal, I want to keep on top of all the new releases this year. I made another video all about my anticipated releases for the year.
So new releases, I think I actually did pretty good at. I have a spreadsheet somewhere. I don't know, the list has 18 on it anyway, so let's say there were 18. Now, quite a few of those actually got delayed and didn't get released, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them got delayed. I didn't read those, obviously. So that means there's 12 that I could have read, and I read 10 of those, which is pretty good. The ones that I didn't read, one of them I read at the start of 2021, which is The Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue, so I wasn't too far behind, and it was a November release, so like, fair enough, I think. The other one I didn't read is Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson, and that again was a November release. It's a massive book, and I've kind of decided I want to go back and restart that series before I read that. So, like, I didn't read it, but it was a conscious decision not to read it. So I definitely think this one will count as done as well.
Then for goal number 5, there are a few books that I've been meaning to get to for a long time, and also a few books that I meant to get to last year and I didn't quite make it. And I have put a list of those books together. There's 20 of them. I'm going to make a video about them. I haven't got to that yet. But basically, I've got a list of 20 backlist books that I would...
Okay, 20 backlist books. And I have the list of books I put on that list as well. And I read 14 of them, which is 70%, which is pretty good. And the ones that I didn't read, 5 of them were parts of series, and I did at least start the series. So one was the Grishaverse and Six of Crows series, and I read the first 2 books, didn't particularly enjoy them. 2021, I have read 1.5 more books in that series. Again, still not thinking it's for me, so at least I'll be able to say I've read them, but I'm not sad about having taken my time with that. The other one is the Lies of Locke Lamora. I read that, but I wanted to read also the next 2 books in that series, and I didn't get to them. Partly because I didn't enjoy the first one as much as I thought I would. I still think it was pretty good, but I didn't like it as much as I was hoping. Also, the 4th book was supposed to be coming out this year, and it didn't, so it appears that there is no hurry to catch up on that series. Oh, and the other one that I didn't read was Sawkill Girls. That one I did try the audiobook, and I decided I didn't like the audiobook and I wanted to read it physically, but then I ran out of time. I probably will also do another video looking at whether I think these books were worth reading, given that I thought they were, but that's a discussion for a different time. For now, I think I would just say, like, half achieved this goal. I don't think I can give it a full tick, but like, I made good progress, so I think it's at least a half success.
Then goal number 5 is that I want to have my reading disrupt the rest of my life a bit less. I think in 2019, I really relied on my reading to give me that sense of achievement because it was just easier than all the other things I wanted to achieve. And I think I do that a lot. I focus on my reading goals rather than my life goals, just because my life goals are harder and reading is fun, reading is easy. And I still definitely want to read a lot, but I need to remember my priorities and just...
Yeah, I really do need to remember my priorities. I would say since I went back to work, there's probably been less true, but there's definitely also times when I should be doing other things and instead I choose to read. Although I would say actually since I went back to work, I'm more tired and a lot of the time I just choose to do nothing, and it's not even a choice, it's just a time disappearing into the void kind of thing. I think it's just an ongoing battle of how do you balance all the things you want to do when you don't have enough time to do all the things you want to do. I feel like it's almost impossible, and so no matter what you do, you're always going to be failing at something. So you've just got to choose what things would you like to fail at. Fun. Huh? Okay, so I think actually for that disrupting my life thing, I would probably let myself count that as a half success. Like, it definitely disrupted my life less than the year before, but like my balance was better in 2020, but in 2021 I've now also got to balance work, so I really got to get that balance right. So overall that means I completed 3 2 halves of my goals. The only one I did particularly bad at was series, which is definitely something I'm going to have to work on in 2021. I do feel like for the goals that I did best at, it was the ones where I had in my spreadsheet an exact list of books that I wanted to read for it. So maybe for series, which I was particularly bad at, maybe for series I need to have just a list of all the books I need to read to catch up on series. I have avoided doing that because I think that list is going to be really overwhelming, but maybe that's the point. Maybe I just need to convince myself to DNF a lot more series. I actually know that I already did that, so it's somewhat discouraging that that didn't make a difference. Anyway, I will create my 2021 goals soon, and I will share them with you, of course. But do let me know how you did with your 2020 reading goals. Did you read the things that you wanted to read? Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you are doing well, and I will see you next time. Thank you.